Robert Downey Jr. was born into the spotlight, but fame was never a shield from pain. It was a mirror that reflected every flaw, every scar, and every shadow he tried to hide. From the outside, his life looked charmed. The son of filmmaker Robert Downey Sr., a child actor growing up in Hollywood, a natural in front of the camera. But behind the curtains, the story was darker. At just 6 years old, his father handed him a joint, a moment that blurred the line between childhood and chaos. From that moment, addiction didn't knock, it moved in. Drugs became a routine, a comfort, a cage. He was a teenager with talent and trauma, floating through roles, drifting through life. He earned praise in movies, but every standing ovation was followed by a silent collapse behind the scenes. Arrested for possession. Fired from major films. In and out of rehab. In and out of court. Sleeping in alleys, passed out in cars, missing opportunities most actors dream of. He was broken, brilliant but broken. Hollywood, once his playground, became his prison. He lost his name, his trust, his money, and nearly his life. But Robert Downey Jr. didn't vanish. He didn't let the darkness win. He stood up, bruised and humiliated, and began to fight, not for fame, but for freedom. He knew he had to change everything. His circle, his habits, his relationship with himself. Recovery was not a straight road. He relapsed. He lost people. He suffered. But he kept showing up. He took small roles. He paid back debts. He faced his mistakes with his head held high. And then, against all odds, came a chance. Not a guarantee, not a gift, but a chance. Director Jon Favreau wanted him for Iron Man, but Marvel didn't trust him. They saw a liability. Favreau saw a man who had lived redemption and could embody it. And when Robert stepped into the role of Tony Stark, he wasn't acting. He was bleeding his own truth onto the screen. Stark was broken, haunted, rebuilding himself in armor, and so was Robert. It was the perfect storm. Iron Man hit like a rocket. Not just a blockbuster, but a rebirth. The entire Marvel universe launched on the shoulders of a man who Hollywood once abandoned. And what did he do? He soared. One film became two, then an entire universe. And suddenly, Robert Downey Jr. wasn't just back, he was everywhere. He became a global icon, a leader, the face of the biggest film franchise in history. But he never forgot the pain. He used it. He shared it. He became a voice for the broken, proof that relapse isn't the end, that falling down isn't failure, staying down is. He rebuilt relationships, mentored rising actors, gave back, and stayed clean. He married, became a father, became a man unrecognizable from the lost soul he once was. He didn't hide his past. He honored it by showing how far he'd come. He reminded the world that even when everything falls apart, you can rebuild something even greater. That scars don't make you weak. They prove you survived. That jail cells, addictions, shame, none of them define you if you refuse to be defined by them. He went from being the warning to being the example. From being the problem to becoming the inspiration. From being forgotten to being unforgettable. Today, Robert Downey Jr. stands not just as a hero in a movie, but as a real-life warrior, a phoenix who rose from his ashes not once, but again and again. He taught us that comeback stories are real. That even when the world turns its back, you can still turn the page. That inside every fallen star is a fire waiting to burn bright again. And if you ever feel lost, broken, doubted, or done, remember his story. Because if Robert Downey Jr. can fall that far and rise this high, so can you.